you know, and there's people that have come here and there's people that we're still connected with. There's people that travel 8 hours to go to protests and go to these rallies, acts of tax rallies, and all they're doing is waving a flag. It's not making people happy. People are going to go home. If you don't start pushing the envelope, you're not going to get people to come out. I'm sorry if you don't like that, but that's the truth. That's real. It is what it is. Unless you're willing to rise and stand up and forget the fear of everything. You even forget the fear of the rebuilding, because that's far less to worry about than what's coming if we don't try to do it. Far less to worry about. Digital identification, digital currency, pandemic treaty, Bill C-63, retroactive 20 years. Anonymous tip, so you never get to face your accuser. So they're going to round us all up. That's the whole plan. Round us all up. COVID camps, whatever. I don't know. That's what's coming, man. I'm going out in a blaze of glory if they try to round me up, I can tell you that. Ain't none of these policy enforcers I'm going to bow down to or kiss their ass. Ain't going to happen for me, man. You guys really got to start having conversations with yourself on an individual level. And I'm not saying you take all your people down this path of destruction. I'm saying wherever you're at, you bring these people together and have meetings. When they did that in Nova Scotia today, I know there was people that weren't in agreement with taking the highway back or going back out on the highway. And I know if I got arrested, he got released immediately. I'm not even sure if he was charged, if they just did it for optics, for the fear and intimidation. But the vast majority of people, even knowing the risks involved, were on board with taking it back because it's strength. It's showing strength. And I know you guys don't have the big numbers down there. I understand. But when you start showing strength, that's where you're getting your numbers. You're not going to get your numbers, unfortunately, holding back in the information center or on the dirt road, the dead end road. People aren't going to come out for that. You know, out west, you guys are building big numbers out there. You're getting both sides of the highway. But if you don't take some action, they're going to dwindle. People are going to go back home. People are going to get tired of just coming out to hang out. You know, I know George even said on his lives he's only got a couple weeks and he's got to go back to work. People still got life, man. So if we don't take action fast, you know, I get it. And the same thing is a debt trap, slavery. And I wish people wouldn't think like that. But reality is you got to survive. I don't think them people are going to be willing to camp out there for a month. And how much time are you going to continue to waste? Because every day is closer to the treaty. So it's all in, man. And I can say all of this stuff and it means fuck all. But you got to have the conversations with yourself. What are you willing to do? What are you truly willing to do? People say, you know, I'll die for my kids or I'll do this stuff, you know. But will you? Really? Do you really understand the gravity of some of these things that people say? Will you? Personally, I would rather not die for my kids. Because if I die for my kids, I can't be there for them either. But if I can get them closer to freedom, having some sort of life that's free, and I end up going out in this whole journey, then I guess that'll be the legacy I leave behind. But I'm not going to say I'll die for my kids, because I'm not going to create that reality, because our words are powerful. Our words are spells, and we create that. So I wouldn't say that. But what are you really willing to give up? What are you really willing to lose? Really? We're taking everything. No private property. So these houses that you're clinging to, cars, no vehicles, you know, it's all going, man. So think about what you're trying to hold on to, that you're not willing to risk in this fight, and realize you're not going to have it if you don't stand up and fight. Maybe it kind of will change your mind and make you understand that you have to stand up and fight. It's coming, guys. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. And I don't want anybody out there to be jumping on me thinking I'm a negative Nelly bullshit. I'm just a true speaker. That's it. What I see is what you get. I'm not pretending. I don't sugarcoat bullshit. It is what it is. This is a reality. This is what I see. Maybe some of you see it differently. That's fine. You all have your right and perception and your choice, whatever. But let's go. It's time. And you don't say that lightly. It's time. When the cops come to push back. Push back. Don't allow your friends to get arrested in front of you. Stop it. Almost every situation this thing's happened, we outnumber them, but we stand there out of fear and intimidation and allow it to happen. You know, I had my friends tell me that if they see somebody get arrested in Nova Scotia, that 2 of them would grab them by an arm each and pull them out of there. Don't allow it to happen. Don't let them break you on any level. That's all the reason why we wanted to go into the grass today, because they said we couldn't. And you know what? 10 cop cars came. We weren't there then, only 10 of us. But if there was 100 of us up there, what are 10 cops going to do anyway? There's no law to quote. They don't even have a contract. What's anything going to stand? It's all friggin' optics, fear, and intimidation, and they're winning. That's it. So all these groups out there, I don't know what you're waiting for. Doesn't matter if it's the natives, doesn't matter if it's the truckers, doesn't matter if it's the farmers, and it doesn't matter if it's the regular folk. Every one of us are going to face the same reality if we don't stand up. So the separations have got to go away, and we just got to come together and take this country back, period. End of story. Figure out all the bullshit on the back end of it. But these criminals need to go to prison. We need to put them there because the systems aren't going to do it, the courts aren't going to do it, and the police aren't going to arrest them. So it's got to be us. Bottom line, period. That's it. That's all. So think about that. Sleep on this tonight. Tell me how you feel in the morning. Anyway, guys. Much love to y'all. I don't know what else to say. Do the best I can. Hopefully this lights a fire. Hopefully people get some energy and spark it. And we'll see what happens. Scorched earth, maybe. Maybe we don't have no choice. Burn her to the ground and rebuild her from the ashes. The phoenix rose from the ashes, right? So there's nothing to be afraid of losing, everything to gain. You get to live in the new world, not exist in the old world. It's up to you. Love you guys.